O'Neill Outside Radio is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Zach Brown Southern Grind Knives. Only the best make the cut. The Whitetail Institute of North America, the gold standard for food plots. Tough Shed, great storage sheds and custom buildings. Works, power and garden tools. Fisher's Choice, the ideal solution to live bait. True Turn Hooks, hook more fish. Roadrunner Lures, outfishing ordinary lures since 1959. Crocodile Bay Lodge, Costa Rica's best fishing and resort destination. And by O'Neill's new Real Gun and Marine Oils, naturally the best. From Black Powder Headquarters and the Bojangles Studio at Three Falls Cabin in the North Georgia Mountains, it's time for O'Neill Outside. For anything in the outdoors, this is your source. Listen in and call the show with your comments or questions. And now, here's O'Neill.
With O'Neill Outside from the Bojangles Studio high in the mountains of North Georgia, and we have 2 hours of outdoors headed your way. Conversation about hunting and fishing, camping, hiking, spending time with your family. No politics, no Trump, no Democratic National Committee. Oh my goodness, let's just forget about that for a couple of hours. What do you say? It's the weekend. Summertime has arrived, I understand. The weather's beautiful, and it's my pleasure and my obligation to be able to tell you that this program is brought to you every Saturday morning by Timbuktu Outdoors, Hayes Auto Dealerships, True Turn Hook, Stripling's General Store, the O'Neill Alaskan Cruise. We're going to talk about that. Tough Shed, Whitetail Institute, Governor's Gun Club, Snellville Heating and Air, Zach Brown Southern Grind Knives, the Arctic Ice Packs, and Bodyplex and Works Tools. So we've got all the obligations out of the way there. It's 7 minutes after the hour. We have a busy day today, and we hope that you'll join us. We have the radio prize package, the Who Is This feature, the Southern Grind guest book questions and comments. I'll tell you about the Brazelton Bash today. What in the world is that? We'll talk about the cruise. I'll invite you to order my book called O'Neill Outside, and we are live on Facebook right now also, so you can go to Facebook and watch the program live. So, join us. The calls you can make should be directed to 404-872-0750. That's at the Atlanta, Georgia area on WSB AM and FM, and on the SB Sports Broadcast Nation, 800-972-8255, 800-972-8255. The lines are open, and we invite your calls and participation in the program. We'll have the Medal of Honor tribute and so many other things to talk about. We hope that you'll join us. This is your show, not mine, and we don't have interviews. It's the two of us talking outdoors. This is O'Neill, and we'll do that just as soon as we get back. Good morning, all. Welcome back to the program. Let me give you the telephone numbers again so we've got our calls going already. It's 404-872-0750 or 800-972-8255. Woman Williams has graced us with her presence. She's getting her microphone all set up there and everything. While she does that, let's chat with Donna. Donna is calling on O'Neill Outside. Good morning, Donna.
Good morning. I'm the woman from North Georgia that hates coyotes.
That's...
I saw at the grocery store the Georgia Outdoor News May edition magazine.
Yes.
That talks about the 6th annual coyote cull that apparently is going on from May 16th to the 31st. I found it fascinating. They're offering prizes. You're supposed to call your wildlife management regional office to find out what the deal is where you are.
Yes.
But I want to encourage everybody to cull coyotes.
I agree.
So it's in the current magazine. It has a coyote on the front, which is why I bought it at the grocery store.
And I appreciate that recommendation. You are correct. The coyotes, we have entirely too many. There are no natural enemies. They prey on the turkey nest They prey on fawns like anything. I mean,
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. That's why they're having, and there's a competition because of the damage they do to the fawns and the turkeys.
Absolutely. Now, let me comment here. This is all good. This is great. I'm glad you called about it. It's productive. It works. But there is the best way to rid your property, your neighborhood, whatever the case might be, of coyotes.
You're going to tell me to trap them.
You betcha.
We've had this conversation before.
Mm-hmm.
I live in a rural area. I have talked to the game and fish people.
Okay, good.
You have to have permission. Well, you have to have permission to go on people's property. You have to check the traps every day. You also have to have somebody willing to kill the trapped coyotes.
Correct.
So that excludes me, and it excludes most of my neighbors.
Uh-huh.
I've talked to hunters. I mean, I've talked to some bow hunters, I guess you'd call them.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about having the electronic calls and all that. I just want to encourage people who are looking for something to hunt with guns it says call your WMA. Is that the Wildlife Management Association?
Yes, that's a route to that. That's right.
Kill coyotes during the allowed months. It's May.
Absolutely.
It's the
Absolutely.
6th annual coyote call, and if you live in a part of Georgia where you can get this magazine, it's on the stands at the grocery store right now. It has a giant coyote on the front.
That's right, and that's a excellent magazine and an excellent suggestion, and I support that suggestion absolutely 100%. You know, there used to be in the southeast, the coyote had a natural enemy. Do you know what
was it?
What it was? It was
Mountain
called the red wolf.
Ah.
And the wildlife resources people, they tried on a couple of occasions to reestablish that population because the red wolf preyed on coyotes, but it didn't work. They tried a couple of times, didn't work. Regretfully, it did not work. And I do appreciate you bringing attention to this problem of the coyotes.
Well, there's some awards for this. There was an article. Did I mention this before? There was an article in the Gainesville Times about the value online of coyote skins. They're going for $150 a skin.
Absolutely, the bounty on the hides. Correct.
I just hate them. So I was just trying to share this information that made me buy, for the first time in my life, a hunting magazine.
Well, good for you.
It had the coyote on the front. So
You bet.
Spread the news. It's through May 31st.
You bet. Thank you for the recommendation and taking the time to call. It's very productive.
You're welcome. I want people to hunt these rascals. I do.
Respectfully, they are really smart.
Oh yeah, I mean,
coyotes. They really are. They are a survivor species. Only trouble is they wreck the population of some of our other more friendly animals.
Yes, like pets.
Yeah.
So
cats, dogs.
I've talked to hunters, and there's a whole lot more work involved in hunting coyotes than in. No offense to the whitetail hunters, but coyotes are wily critters, and
you bet.
So it takes some serious hunters. But I just thought if people knew there was a competition in the month of May, they could find out how to have fun doing this.
You bet.
So
the GON, the recent issue of GON magazine, it's got a great big coyote on the front.
Yes, it's the May issue. So,
good deal. Thanks for calling, Donna.
I wish some people would call in and tell you that they have killed some in my neck of the woods up here in North Georgia. I would be very happy.
Well, you just ask everyone to. Maybe we'll get.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good morning.
You bet. You too. There we go. And right. All right. Let's talk to. Let's wait a minute. We've got to do something here. Good morning. I'm talking to you.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, is it a delay factor for?
Yeah, and I got to turn the sound off.
Okay, well, there you are.
Yeah,
Woman Williams is with us this morning. What got you up before 5 o'clock? I didn't plan on you getting up till 5.
I had a job to do.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any of my appliances working.
Okay, I think probably I tell you what. Let's do. You want to do the radio prize package first?
Let me try to get my appliance devices.
Appliances?
Yeah, my computer's not working, and I'm having an issue over here with this one and that one.
Okay.
So why
All
don't
right.
you just do it and let me do?
All right.
Let me get caught up.
404-872-0750-800, 972-8255. Let's take a couple of the, if you visit o'neilloutside.com or o'neilloutside.net, it's 18 after the hour. You will see right there on the homepage there's an availability of buying, purchasing, and therefore reading the book called O'Neill Outside. 65 years in the outdoors, people and places along the way. And if it's a good read, I think. And if you order directly off the website, then we will personalize and sign the copy in your behalf and personalize it to you. It's, this is not the great American novel. No, it's not. But it's a pretty good read, and those of you who have read the book, if you like, I would appreciate you going to Amazon and posting a review there. See, we sell a lot more of the books off the website than we do Amazon, but if you go to Amazon and post a rating, hey, I would appreciate it. There you go. Okay. Now, secondly, on the homepage at o'neilloutside.net.com, whatever it is, there's a spot there for you to, right down the road, it's the Southern Grind Guest Book, in which you can post your comments, your directions, your questions, whatever, to O'Neill, and I will read them on the television show, and I will read them on the radio program, and we can interact that way, whether you want to or not. If you're listening, we'll be interacting in that fashion. And upon our return after this short break, we will get to some of these as far away as Australia. People watch the show all the way in Australia. So good for them and good for us. So when we return also, I'll do the Southern Grind Guest Book and the radio prize package when we return here in just a few minutes. Are you just about all set with Facebook?
Yeah,
You're trying.
I'm trying.
Okay.
It's the computer that's giving me an issue this morning.
Oh, well, computers are like that.
Yeah, we hate computers.
Yeah, but boy, you sure can get a lot done on them, can't you?
Yeah, as long as they're working.
Yeah. Well, if they begin to fade, then you do too.
That's true.
Yeah, no kidding. I want you to know I woke up this morning at 1:20.
Did you turn the coffee on then?
No.
Because it was off when I got up.
Oh, well. All right, there you are. All right,
Why did
more
you do
to
that?
do upon our return from O'Neill Outside Radio. Woman Williams is here. Karen and Brian Green are working. So is Corey. So let's stick with it. What do you say? We'll be back. We love to give away stuff. Welcome back to the program. You're listening to O'Neill Outside. I have Woman Williams with me this morning. And so we're conducting some radio. And I want you to know this is the #1 live outdoor-based radio talk show in the world. Does that make you happy? Well, it doesn't make us any money, but it makes us happy. Okay, this is time for the radio prize package. The first correct caller with the answer to the question, qualifying in the following fashion. You have to be 18 years old, and you cannot have won a radio prize package in the last, what, honey, a year? Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. A year. All right. Here are the prizes that you can win. A Whitetail Institute DVD, Producing Trophy Whitetails. This is a really good DVD. A voucher for a Swaggerty's Farm product all over the country, Georgia DNR rigs, a Real Tree hat and decal combo, a Data Sport Fish and Game Forecaster, very valuable, 2 cans of Fisher's Choice baits, a pack of Bug Band wipes and a Bug Band wristband, a Thunder Chicken casting float from Mark Noble, Thorogood boot and True Turn hat, not a boot now, hat, and a pair of Wigwam socks, a Road Runner fishing kit. It's full of little Road Runners and spinners and things. You'll like that. An Arctic Ice Chilling Brew freezer pack. Once you use some Arctic ice, you don't use bag ice that you buy from somewhere anybody else, and some O'Neill's oils. And here is the question. Put your brain in gear now. 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. Every year, I think I've done this question before. Every year, at least once, O'Neill takes a group of people, sponsors, friends, and you too, if you like, to a fishing camp, a fishing lodge in Barataria, Louisiana. And I talk about it ad nauseum here on the show. What is the name of the fishing lodge where we go in Barataria, Louisiana? It's 27 after the hour. So, you have anything to say yet, or are you just going to just sit there? No contribution to the program? Any
Not
fishing
right yet.
tips or anything?
Any what?
Fishing tips.
Yeah. Go fishing.
Okay, that's a good tip.
Water temperatures are in, 76, 74,
What?
68, 71. Water temperatures.
Okay. Okay,
That's
yeah,
my
you've got all the water temperatures.
Yeah.
I think those are last week's temperatures.
Oh, I had done some others.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Why,
Doesn't
you
matter
think-
where you are. If you're on a lake somewhere, one of those temperatures will work for you.
That's right.
Okay. All right, the Southern Grind guest book at 28 after the hour. Yeah, the first one, and you get that off of the website. Go to the website, go to Southern Grind, and ask the question and make the statement. All right, this is interesting. Stan has written to us, and he's from Melbourne, Australia. And he says, great show, great information. I've used some of your ideas down under with great success. How about that? I read a book one time called In a Sunburned Country, and it's about Australia. It was written by, who's my favorite?
Bill Bryson.
Bill Bryson. Australia is worth reading about. It is fascinating. They're so remote and so disconnected from, it's so spread out. One time the prime minister waded out into the surf, drowned. He committed suicide and he drowned, and nobody knew it for 3 days. I swear.
Wow.
Okay. Chris Thompson writes from Casita, Georgia. For crossbow hunting, what is the best, a fixed or mechanical broadhead? The best one is the one that you have matched with a proper weight, so that when you put that crossbow on your shoulder, there's absolutely no doubt in your mind that you're going to make a great shot. A well-placed shot, broadhead or mechanical or fixed or mechanical, it won't matter. I like the fixed, okay, because something might go wrong with the mechanical. From Ross Headley in Hallandale Beach, Florida. I've been watching O'Neill Outside for years now, and I always pick up useful tips every episode. Thanks for the great content. We get a lot of that. The television show is not about me. It's about what we do, where we go, and if you watch it, I figure if you're in front of the television or on your iPad or computer, if you watch the show, you are rewarded by some kind of a tip, mostly from my guest. I'm just average fisherman, average outdoorsman. If you pick up something, then it makes it worthwhile. From, let's see now, Brandon Serena, Cleveland, Tennessee. I like your show from the outdoor experiences that are available to me. That's another thing we do. We try to do as often as possible. It's a whitetail hunt in Georgia, the Southeast, Texas, or Oklahoma. It's places that you can go. If you want to go, if you want to see and be informed about a trip for bighorn sheep in Afghanistan, there are plenty of shows for you to watch, and they're all well done. But if you just want to go whitetail hunting or coyotes or hogs or turkeys, then O'Neill Outside might be the one for you to watch. Okay, let's see, from William Parker from Lamont, Florida. What's the best bait to use in South Georgia and North Florida to catch bluegill? Have with you some Fisher's Choice, several different baits, crickets or mealworms or shrimp or something like that. How and why? Well, you can find out what they may bite. But if whatever it is that you bite, if you put the brim back and you don't catch him, if you change baits, he'll bite the next bait. I swear he will. But the Fisher's Choice, they're dead, but they've been treated. They last for 2 years, and it's crickets and mealworms and superworms and shrimp and all kinds of great stuff. And you just pick up a little can at Walmart or Bass Pro Shop, and you're fixed for baits. And brim love those stinky baits. They really do. 32 after the hour. We have no callers, Corey, for the radio prize package. Oh, my goodness. I'm surprised that people... Yes, sir? Okay, we have a winner. All right, well, we'll get to that in just a moment. Thank you, Corey. I figured somebody would get that right away because I talk about that place so much. So how is the Facebook stuff going on over there? Is it working now? Okay. Let's talk... Okay, Ross Headley and Hallandale Beach. Did I do that? I probably did. Okay, you can tell I'm good at this. I've been doing it for 28 years. Joe Marek in Orlando, Florida. Of all the shows, is the most, did I ask for this? The most informative. You always explain the equipment, the technique, and the process for your viewers, and that's why we keep watching. I thought people watched the show because I was so handsome. I don't think Woman Williams wants to comment.
Of course, that's the reason.
Okay, well, I'm just looking for
approval.
Stroked a little bit.
Okay, well,
compliment.
As soon as I get caught up, I'll tell you.
Okay. All right, yeah, we talked about the baits. Let's see if there's something else in here. Oh, somebody wants to know what's my best rod and reel combination for inshore saltwater. You might be surprised at this. I use light tackle wherever possible. Most of the inshore saltwater fishing I do is along the Gulf Coast and then on the Georgia coast on the Brunswick side. On the Brunswick side, most of that fishing is for big bull reds in the fall. When I'm doing that, I use 20-pound test line because I'm fishing on the bottom. I'm not casting and retrieving. All I'm doing is feeding the fish. So I use heavy tackle because these fish are big. I've never caught, on the Georgia coast, I've never caught a redfish under 22 pounds. And I've caught some great big ones. In Barataria, for reds and trout, I'll use light tackle, sometimes 8-pound test line. Because there I'm casting and retrieving and casting and retrieving, so I use light tackle because I do think you can feel more bites with light tackle. And I'm still using mono line and not braid. I'm just, quite frankly, not used to that yet. I do think we'd have an answer now, Corey. Okay, we'll get to those in just a minute when we get back. So those of you who might be calling about the radio prize package, we have that covered. So it's 36 after the hour right now. I've got to go out of here for a break, and Woman Williams will have the Facebook thing working. Or do you have it already?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm about to give it up. Well, at least on the computer.
Okay.
I'll have to use my
So we
other
have
two
the radio
devices.
prize package answered, and we'll get to those in a moment. This is O'Neill with O'Neill Outside, 404-872-0750 in the Atlanta, Georgia area and across Georgia, and 800-972 from Maine to California, from Washington State to South Florida on the SB Nation Radio Network. This is O'Neill with Woman Williams, Corey, Jason, Karen, and Brian. Takes a lot of people to put this together, doesn't it? We'll be back. Welcome back, everyone. 40 minutes after the hour, and let's get the radio prize package stunt done, if you will, please. And the question was, yearly at least, sometimes more than that, O'Neill visits a place in Barataria, Louisiana. It's probably the best inshore saltwater fishing on the coast of the United States. Why? Because over the last 60 million years, the Mississippi River has been dumping stuff in the Gulf, and it is fertile waters. And so you catch a limit every day. So we asked the question, and the question was, what's the name of the lodge O'Neill visits every year? And we have Renee and Craig, and they're on the way to a fishing trip. Good morning.
Good morning.
Where are you headed this morning?
We are headed to Lake Logan Martin near Pell City, Alabama.
Oh, good. Logan Martin, I like that lake.
Yeah,
I haven't
we
been
do
there
too.
in a long time, but I like that. So are you after spotted bass today, or largemouth, or what?
We are after, spotted bass and largemouth. We're fishing a tournament today, so.
Oh, good. Wonderful. Good for you. Well, I hope you have a great time, and I hope you win. So what is the answer to my question, Renee? Okay, you guys get together on it.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said,
What was the answer?
what is the
Cajun
answer?
Vista.
Cajun Vista Lodge. Yes, indeed. Thank you. I would recommend that you give it a try.
Okay, I'll research that.
Oh, man, it's just fabulous. Once you drive down there, you park your car or truck, and you don't have to leave again. All meals, lodging, boats, fish, everything's in one spot. It is fabulous, and we're going again there in October, and I'll announce it here. You and Craig might want to go.
Okay, we'll look into it.
Okay, good deal. Now you won quite a prize package, and give us a couple of weeks to gather it all together, and we have your information, and we'll send it to you. How about that?
Okay, great. Sounds good.
You bet. Good luck today.
All right, thank you much.
You bet. See you soon, I hope.
Bye-bye.
There we are. We'll hear from you soon. That's good. That's going to Logan Martin. Good lake. It's a river system over in Alabama. Alabama has some wonderful waterways. Terrific. 42 after the hour. Let's play a game. All right, see if you know who this is, honey. I'm going to read you a description of a person. We're going... In July, we have a sponsor for a segment on the program called Who Is This? And I'll read to you a little description of a person, and we're not going to give a prize away for today, but we will starting in July. And I'm going to read you a description of this person, and you tell me who this fellow is. You might be surprised. Ready? This fellow was born the son of an Alabama sharecropper, and he was born in 1914. And when he was operating at, I think it's Adams Air Force Base in Montgomery, Alabama, he was operating the first generation IBM punch card computers. Cards lined up, and he lined the little cards up. But he noticed that if he bent a paper clip in a certain fashion, he could slide it into the cards, and he could turn this, and it would line them all up perfectly. Now, he's a smart fella. And when he thought about, he was a fisherman, and he thought about, if I turn this and I set the hook on the fish, it will probably turn the hook, so it'll hook him more often. And he invented the true turn hook. And now they have Roadrunner lures, true turn hooks, Daiichi hooks, Real Magic, Team Catfish, Mr. Crappie. They have a whole array of fishing tackle and hooks and things like that. What is this man's name? He invented the true turn hook. 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. the Who Is This segment of the show, and we'll start that more seriously in a couple of. We have a sponsor for that. We'll start.
Why can't
that
you
more-
give them an O'Neill outside hat?
Pardon me?
Give the winner an O'Neill outside
Okay.
hat.
The first correct caller, let me set it up here. Corey, the first correct caller, get the information, and we'll send them an O'Neill outside, signed O'Neill outside hat like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you will win something.
Yes.
Who is this fellow that invented the true turn hook? You ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm always fascinated by this because I'm a capitalist. You know how many hooks they sell a year?
They sell 2 or 3.
85 million.
Wow. Wee.
They sell 85 million true turn hooks worldwide. I mean, you can't copy it. I mean, if you buy one that's got that little bend in it, you're going to call it a true turn hook no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
A beautiful name for a product. It's like Coca-Cola
Yeah.
or something like that. So, okay. 46 after the hour, and we'll give you away a hat for the first correct answer to the Who Is This portion. Let me see, make sure that I've got everything working over here correctly. And maybe we'll get a winner on that. I'm running out of air. What am I going to talk about next? Give me a.
What about answering some of that call over there?
Well, Wade is listening from
Oh.
Bowling Green,
Oh, okay.
and the top caller is probably a true turn hook answer. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't give the answer. Sometimes I give the answer when we're talking about
That has been done before.
lots of times, as a matter of fact. Oh, that is the winner. Okay. Well, you know, let me tell you something.
I did that one time.
Yeah. You gave the answer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Uh-huh.
I also got dumped one time.
Yeah, you said something nasty.
I didn't think it was nasty.
Oh. This is a
don't talk that
clean
way.
fishing show.
I just called you a jack something.
Oh,
or
yeah.
other.
Well, yeah. Well, it was something you said about me.
Yes, exactly. So that didn't
Well,
count.
I'm not here to tell you that I probably didn't deserve it.
No, you did.
I did. Oh, I
You
did?
definitely did.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Here's a question for you. I love your comments. No contest. I just like to know. All right. Craig and Renee, I think it was, they're on the way to a tournament this morning. They called and they won the radio prize package. Greg. Okay. Oh, that's Greg on line 1. Corey. Oh, Greg and Renee. I'm sorry. All right. Here's a. Yes, we got some great things. I'm running the show a little loosely this morning because I got up at 1:20. You got to have fun, or this is not worth it. It's really not. Okay, 48 after the hour. All right, here's a question for you. I'd just like to know. You're on the way to a tournament. This is a bass tournament in southern waters from Texas to Virginia to Florida. You can only use one bait. What is it? One category of bait. Is it a plastic worm? Is spinner bait, a crankbait, live bait? What is it?
Spinnerbait.
You would say a spinner bait.
Yeah, a chartreuse one.
Yeah, any color's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I'm wrong.
Oh, I'm not commenting until I get some responses
Oh.
on
Well,
the show here.
all
that
they
say,
have
"What
to
would
do
you
is just
use?"
call and say
if
what
you're
I did.
fishing a tournament like Greg and Renee, but you could only use one category of bait, what would it be? Interesting. They should have tournaments like that. You could only use one bait, one category.
Oh, that would be interesting.
It would be, wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
it? It'd be who's the best using that category.
Yeah,
And I know what I would use, and I'll say so in a few minutes.
I think I already did.
Yeah,
Anybody
that would
wants
be it.
to
You
win
ruined
that?
it.
I did not.
Yeah, that's what I would use.
You asked me.
I would use a
I think you
chartreuse
asked me.
spinnerbait.
Yeah.
And I'll once we get some responses, then I'll. Oh look, Donna won.
Oh, did
We've got time for
The
that.
coyote.
Let's go right to that. All right, the Who Is This segment wins a signed O'Neill outside hat, and Donna is getting to be a rascal. She knows too much. Good morning, Donna.
you don't have her
Oh,
up?
I hadn't got her up here. I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm
We go.
sorry.
Now I got you, Donna. Good morning again.
Hey, I waited for somebody else to answer, and nobody else did, so I called in and said, "Can I answer?" He
Absolutely.
said, "Sure."
Absolutely. And what is your answer to my who is this question?
Campbell. I think it's John Campbell. I
John
think it's his
Campbell,
name.
you are correct.
From-
Isn't that
from
an
Alabama.
interesting? Isn't that an interesting story as to how he came up with that?
Well, I hate to tell you this, but I just listen well. That's how I came to answer it. I'm not a fisherman. I just listen to your show.
Well,
So
There you go.
it worked out for you.
it did. I will wear it proudly, O'Neill.
Okay, now I want you to know that I pay about $6 for these hats.
Should I write you a check?
No, but I want you to know when I sign it, it's worth $3.
Well, I have won twice the gift package. They don't let me answer those questions anymore because I have to wait a year.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, you've got an additional prize today, and it worked out well.
I give away the equipment to my cousin's little boys that fish. So
Wonderful.
I will wear this hat proudly,
Good
and
deal.
other people need to listen because this is not hard.
No, it's not.
That's exactly right.
We figure that at this time of the day, it needs to be easy.
Well, it's kind of like repetitive too.
Yeah, now-
I'm not complaining. I promise you, I'm a hat wearer, and I will wear it proudly. I
Good
really
deal.
will.
I thank you. Give us a little while
Thank
to
you.
get it to you, and
Okay.
and thank you so much as always for participating in the program.
You're welcome. Have a good morning. Thank you
bet.
so much.
You
Bye.
bet. See you soon. There we go.
Bye.
It works out for Donna to get it, and
Yes, it
Participate,
does. And
doesn't it?
just because she listened.
she listens
That's all.
to the stories. I need to change my stories, Donna.
I
know
think it's
something?
too late for that.
That and I tell prospective sponsors, this is the same thing over and over and over again. The wildlife, where they live, what they do, what they eat, where they are under certain conditions, whether it's a deer, a coyote, a largemouth bass, a trout, a crappie, a brim, or a shark, or a redfish, or trout, it's the same thing over and over and over again. They don't change. So if you listen to the show often and it's the same thing over and over again, what a surprise. So of course, I go to the same. I've figured out a lot of good places to go fishing and hunting, and I go there over and over again too. So, which is mirrored by the fact, and I don't mind telling you, I'm bragging, of course, and that prospect of not changing and talking about the same thing over and over again. And I'll end this segment and go to a break after this by reminding you, it's all that is mirrored by the fact that in next month, O'Neill Williams and Gail Williams will celebrate our 54th anniversary.
If we last that long.
Okay. I'll be back. Okay, welcome back. It's 57 after the hour. We put a question out there a moment ago about what would you use if you only had one bait, one category of bait. And here is Gary. He's calling from Flovilla, Georgia. Is that right, Gary? Gary. Have I lost Gary? He looks like he's on there. Gary? Rats. I wanted to know he must be on his cell phone. We don't have him, Corey? Did I lose? Oh, man. I wanted to talk to him about that. Well, okay. I'll tell you what I would use and why. Excuse me. It would be a spinnerbait. Why? You can fish it deep. You can fish it shallow. Oh, all right. Let's go back to Gary. He jumped right back in there. Let's put him up. Gary from Flovilla. Good morning, Gary. Let's give it a quick try. What do you say?
I say
Gary.
soft plastic worm. Plastic worm.
Soft plastic. Okay. Why?
We can fish at any depth, any speed, under any water conditions.
Good, and various colors also, right?
Yes.
White, like clear water, dark water, or muddy water, whatever. That's the good. So that's what you would go to. That would be your go-to category.
Yes.
Well, that's well said. Well said. What's your biggest bass, Gary?
About 7.5.
Okay, that's a huge fish. Most people catch a 7.5. They think it's a 12.
Yeah. I've had some big ones on, but they just never did seem to get in the boat.
Yeah, I understand. Well, good. Hey, I appreciate you taking the time to call. Good luck to you, pal.
Okay.
You bet. There you go.
We'll see you.
You bet. Well, I've got 10 seconds. O'Neill would use a spinnerbait, and I would use that because I would catch a bigger fish, I think. But in tournament play these days, you don't need to catch 15. All you need to catch is 5. So that's with his spinnerbait. I'm glad Gary uses plastics. I bet he's good at it. This is O'Neill. Another hour of outdoors headed your way on WSB and the SB Nation Network. We'll be back.
From Black Powder headquarters and the Bojangled studio at Three Falls Cabin in the North Georgia mountains, it's time for O'Neill Outside. For anything in the outdoors, this is your source. Listen in and call the show with your comments or questions. And now, here's O'Neill.
Welcome to the second hour of O'Neill Outside this morning, the #1 live outdoor-based radio talk show in the world, and you are a participant. We have a lot of things to do. No politics, no financial advice. It's all about hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, nature, and spending time with your family and the things that you can learn from it. And I got a lot of comments this week, and anything, we have a lot of things to do. We have the Medal of Honor tribute, your calls, the Brazelton Bash to talk about today, and of course later on in the program, the history of Hayes Auto. Woman Williams handles that. And you can watch us live this morning from Three Falls Cabin on Facebook at O'Neill Outside. It's my pleasure and privilege to invite you to visit Amazon.com or our website at O'Neill Outside, and you may order and hopefully read and hopefully enjoy a book called O'Neill Outside, People and Places Along the Way, 65 Years in the Outdoors. And if you read it and you like it or you don't, I invite you to leave a, what do you call that, a rating? Yeah, a rating at Amazon. And if you do that, I would appreciate that. And that always helps us sell the books. It's 8 after the hour, and we've got a lot of outdoors going on. Anything from Facebook at all to get to when we get back? No? Yes? No? No. Okay. Well, we had the lake temperatures in the first hour of the program, ranging from 64 to 72, and we'll entertain your calls at. We had one that was 75?
Yeah, one was 75.
Oh,
I left that one out. We'll be sure you don't miss that.
404-872-0750 or 800-972-8255. WSB, AM and FM, and the SB Nation all over the country. Facebook at O'Neill Outside. So we have a lot of things to do. We hope you'll stick around for the next hour and give us a call. Participate in the program. You never can tell. You might enjoy it. This is O'Neill. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Welcome back, everyone. We've got a few calls we need to handle. First of all, well, let's do that first. Let's talk to Sam, calling from Doraville, Georgia. Good morning, Sam. You're on O'Neill Outside. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mr. O'Neill.
What do you say?
Hey, man. I got a few things to talk about. First,
okay.
I'm going to let you talk mostly. That might be hard for me.
No, well,
but
it's not hard for me. That's all I do.
Hey, I met you back in 2011 at Stone Mountain Sherwin-Williams one day. You was in there, and I kind of went crazy meeting you.
Oh, no, I remember that.
You remember that?
I do indeed. There's not very many people I meet at a paint store.
Well, it's good to talk to you again.
There you go.
Anyway, I'm going to fish a private pond with this cat that says he knows how to fish.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to outfish him. I'm wondering what I should do. I really don't know what's down there. I know he grew up next door to the Allman Brothers.
Oh, okay.
And he's got a private pond that nobody can fish except him, it seems like.
Hey, those are good places too.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what's biting down there.
Well, with the water temperature that it is right now, the fish probably in that pond that you can catch the most of and the easiest would be brim.
That's what I like to catch.
I would imagine at today's temperatures, those brim are probably still on the bed in the month of May, and you can sit there and catch a bucket full.
Well, good. It's probably down there. It'd be a bucket full because ain't nobody fishing.
There you go. Use some crickets.
Crickets. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, he says everybody that totes a pole is not a fisherman.
That's for sure.
Okay, that's about all I need. But man, I sure would have liked to won that hat, but I was a little bit late.
Oh, Donna was really sharp with that hat deal, wasn't it?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, you listen next week. We'll give away another one.
Okay. Well, how's Woman Williams doing?
She's just doing fine. She's sitting over there playing on Facebook.
So you've only known her about 55 years, right?
Well, we started dating after my freshman year at Emory, and so we started dating 57 years ago.
Well, I'll be darned. Man, let me see how old I was. 4 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
That's wonderful.
I tell you, I just went back to Virginia Highlands. I was hanging around there when I was about 4 years old.
Uh-huh.
And my mother and grandmother and aunts used to drink in the bar Moe's and Joe's, and that guy down there named Horace would run us out from behind the bar and say, y'all better go back over there now. You can't come around here.
Yeah, Moe's and Joe's. I've spent I had a few tall glasses there myself.
Yeah, it's called PBR, I think.
Yeah, PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
We were drinking them little bitty Coca-Colas.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
But anyway, it's good talking to y'all. Hey, we got 25 more years to catch up with y'all.
Okay, I understand. Hey, stay in touch more often.
Okay, brother. Thank you.
You bet. There you go.
Bye.
There you go. Let's see. Let's do that one. Now let's talk to, before we get to your question over there, let's talk to Mac. He's on the line now with the Ram Fishing Report from Lake Lanier. Here's Captain Mac. What do you say?
Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday.
Yeah, you bet. You going out today?
Man, full moon Saturday in May. What else would you do?
Yeah, right. There you go.
No, that's your previous caller. I would imagine that full moon, his pond down there, he probably he better be careful. The brim might hurt him today. They'll be ready to play.
That's right. That's right. It'll probably sink the boat in them.
Yeah, a bunch of crickets. He ought to be good. The only thing I'd caution people, O'Neill, fishing's good. It's good all over the southeast. It's good for all species. But this is the week that we really started to see the fish begin to transition from spring to summer. The water heated up enough. Mm-hmm. We got a lot of fish finishing up the spawn, so it's pushed them out, scattered them a little bit. They'll bite, but here on the Lanier, we got some fish in deep water, we got some fish in shallow water, we got some fish going between the two. So a lot of different patterns of work, and that's what I would caution everybody about on southeastern lakes. That's going on. You talk to one guy on the Lanier, he's catching some nice stripers on the down line. You talk to another guy, he's pulling a planer board up tight to the bank and catching fish, and a little bit in between. So a lot of techniques because of the depth variance. We got live bait fishing, of course, is excellent. Depending on the lake, there's a little bit of top water going on. That's been sluggish to start, but there is some top water. And a lot of again, depending on the lake, a little bit of schooling fish. We haven't seen that much on Lanier, but if I was going fishing today, I would have something tied on ready to cast in case I see schoolers, a small bucktail, a mini max, great to throw at schooling hybrids or stripers. But just be watching for them. Usually they're up and down quickly enough. You might not have time to get in the tackle box and tie something on, so have it ready to go.
Or describe the mini describe a mini Mac to me and how you fish it.
It's a mini Mac is just a very small version of our umbrella, but it's small enough that it's castable. It's a little less than 2 ounces. It's got 5 arms, 5 baits. Same principle. It's going to emulate a school of bait fish, but it's light enough that you can throw it. And if you see fish on the top of the water busting bait, I'm pretty well satisfied. It's going to be hard to beat. It'll catch them almost every time. And this time of year, I have one tied on all the time. So if I see fish, I can grab it and cast it. And you can fish it. The retrieve basically is throw it and reel it. It has application trolling. A lot of guys are starting to catch fish trolling it because it's lighter. You can troll it in really shallow water. You can troll it behind the planer boats. Guys are pulling it over humps or over points, and that's a really good technique too. So
where can our audience purchase the Mini Mac?
Most local retailers will have it, or you can always find it online at CaptainMax.com.
Okay, I'm going to give that a try next time we're out. I want to see you use that. I haven't used it before, but it really sounds productive.
I'll get one in your hands.
Okay,
it's a deal. Everybody needs one, but I'll make sure you get one.
All right, how do people contact Captain Max so you can take them fishing?
They can find us at that same web address, CaptainMax.com, or you can call us at 770-271-0851.
Good luck to you, Mac.
My friend, everybody get out there and enjoy a great weekend. Be safe, have fun. Talk to you next weekend on that.
You bet. See you later, pal. There we go. And now let's talk to, let's see who's coming up. Hey, this might be interesting. This is Walt, and Walt is calling from somewhere in Michigan. Good morning, Walt. You're on O'Neill Outside. Welcome to the program.
Well, good morning. Jackson, Southern Michigan, Mr. O'Neill.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, and up here at the legislative level, the people are thinking about a season on sandhill cranes, those big giant birds.
Are there enough of those now to be hunted?
You know, I don't know. I don't really know. I guess there's kind of an issue with newly sprouted corn, and if you're growing corn, you know, you're trying to feed your family, so that's an issue. But I put it out to you because I know you push out to quite a few states, and you know, I grew up. I'm kind of an old timer myself. I grew up with the idea of a fair chase and fair kill, and I'm thinking if our state has them or other states do, that it's, you know, a flight bird. You take them down on the wing, and boy, such a giant bird. How would you put a quick, humane killing shot on a bird like that? And I just wanted to maybe toss that out there to you guys.
For my purposes, it would be a long barrel shotgun, of course, with big shot, and probably a super black eagle, which you could really reach out there with a 3.5-inch shell. As a matter of fact, since you brought that up, I have heard it described that the sandhill crane for a table animal, for a table dish, is described as a flying filet mignon.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I understand they're very desirable. How about that?
Well, isn't that something? Okay. Well, yeah. I'm glad you put me on. I didn't mean to change topic, but I know you punched out.
No, not at all. I appreciate you doing that. Right now, I've got to go to a break. Hate to drop you there, kind sir. Call back again next week, if you will. I'm up against the clock here. This is O'Neill Outside. We got to go to a break. Welcome back, everyone. On the SB Nation, you cannot hear the bumper music that we use at WSB. But most every time, in and out of the show, or at least coming back into the show, it's a Zach Brown song. And boy, does he really tell wonderful stories with his songs.
Yes, he does.
He's a poet.
Yep.
That's right.
He does.
Okay, at O'Neill Outside at Facebook, what do you got going on over there?
Okay, a question from Leo. Greetings, O'Neill. 21-year career, former active duty soldier here. Thank you for your service, Leo.
Thank you.
Taking my son on a bucket list fishing trip to the Amazon River Basin in Leticia, Colombia in a few weeks. Do you have any info or advice on fishing guides or contacts there, or any advice?
I do not. I'm sorry. I've only made one Southern Hemisphere fishing trip, if you will, beyond Crocodile Bay Lodge. Well, that's the best place for you to go, would be to go to Costa Rica, wouldn't it? Down to, Costa Rica, Crocodile Bay Lodge in Costa Rica. That's a saltwater fishing lodge, but it's safe, it's inexpensive, it's first class all the way, and you're going to catch them. Now, in that case, according to the age of your son, you're going to catch fish every day. Crocodile Bay Lodge. Now, for the trip that you've already described on Facebook there to the Amazon basin and so forth, I have nothing to say about that except to choose your destination wisely. There are plenty of credible and safe and productive places, but get lots of references and speak to that reference list, if you get my drift. Anything else from over there, honey?
No.
No. Okay.
Don't see anything.
27 after the hour. Today, I won't be there. I wish I could. Maybe I got two things. I wish I could do this today. I can't. At the Year One headquarters in Brazelton, Georgia, they're having the Brazelton Bash. It's a car show. And the people at Hayes are deeply involved. It begins today at 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Bring your muscle car for display. It'll be fun, and people will admire it. Only costs $5 donation for you to place a car in the show. The spectators is free, but all the money goes to the Hot Rodders Children's Charity. And there'll be a big crowd there, I guarantee it. We should, if we didn't already have something to do, I'd like to go to that. The Brazelton Bash.
That would be fun.
One. Oh, those muscle cars look like they just came off the showroom floor.
Yeah.
They are perfect.
Somebody out there with a rag constantly rubbing it. Fingerprints.
Rub. That's right. Probably Year One is the largest supplier and manufacturer of muscle car parts in the world.
I think you're right.
In Brazelton, Georgia. Mm-hmm. Brazelton, Georgia was made famous because, what's that actress who bought the town?
Kim Basinger. I don't know, whatever. The blonde.
Kim Basinger, whatever. Mm-hmm. She bought the town.
Yeah, she did.
I don't think it turned out very well.
Yeah, I think she lost it too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand that.
Well, look who she was married to at one time.
Who was she married to at one time?
One of that really nice Baldwin boy.
Oh, she was?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a knucklehead. Okay, 29 after the hour, 404-872-0758, 972-8255. I've got time for this. Why don't we go ahead and talk to, I know he wants to say something. Let's talk to Wade from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Good morning, Wade. How are you today, and are you enjoying the program?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Ona. How you doing?
Good.
Get y'all speakerphone. I went to had to go to the doctor yesterday. I was real congested. Give me some antibiotics. We stopped by the Mexican restaurant, and I got food poisoning.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it's been a rough one, buddy. I ain't slept a wink. Up and down, in and out of the bathroom, in and out of the backyard.
That's too bad. Well, you got up in time to listen to the show, and that's good.
Oh, I didn't go to sleep. By the time I almost fell asleep, it was right about 10 to 3. I said, get up, go in there, and turn the computer on.
There you
go. Or you fall asleep and miss it.
Well, you're going to get better, I can tell.
I'm doing good. I got some ginger ale in me. I think I got had a quart jar and filled it about half full with 4 or 5 ice cubes in the ginger ale, and I kept it down for about an hour. I
understand. A fruit jar is a great place to drink anything.
Oh, we got those little handles on them, little pints. I keep one of water beside me at all times.
Fruit jar, plenty of ice, and there you go. Well, good.
Yeah,
it's
that new job. I'm using my heels and my calves on that forklift. I woke up screaming yesterday, cramping.
Well, that's why they make ibuprofen.
Water, bananas and water.
That too. You bet. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you listening to the program.
After 4 or 5 hours on it, I was like, I think I'm dying.
Well, you made it.
Yeah.
I'll put you back on hold. You continue to listen if you like, Wade. It's always a pleasure to hear from you.
I'm watching you on Facebook too.
Oh my goodness, that's scary, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the delay is funny.
Yeah, I'll bet it is.
About a 12, 15 second delay. It's funny.
Well, I'm not going to try it. I have enough trouble just doing this.
Well,
all right, my good friend.
Taking my call, put me back on hold. Let me get a shout out to Kyle. Kyle went to Missouri turkey hunting, and I ain't heard back if he got anything or not yet. But hopefully, Kyle. I think they flew back in yesterday. Hopefully, Kyle got him a bird.
I hope so too. Maybe we'll hear from him. I'll put you back on hold, bud.
Thanks, O'Neill. Y'all have a good one. Just tell Miss O'Neill, Miss Woman Williams, I said hey, and she doing good, recovering?
Absolutely. She always is.
Good deal.
She always is. 32 after the hour. This is O'Neill Outside. 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. I tell you what I would like to do this week. Ready? Gil Williams?
Yes.
I would like to go to the Governor's Gun Club.
You said we were going to do that last year.
I know it.
Last week.
But I'd like to go this week.
He needs to be put on hold.
He is on hold, isn't he?
No, he's not.
Oh, hold on.
I can hear it.
Okay. Well, maybe he is now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see. 32, okay. But I want to go to the Governor's Gun Club, and I'll talk about that.
Yeah, we were supposed to go this week. Somehow or other, we wound up cleaning out the garage.
Yeah.
That was an adventure.
That's a major deal. All right, let's talk to Mark, calling from Dedham, Massachusetts. Good morning, Mark. This is O'Neill Outside. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, sir. This is the first time I've called. I've listened a bunch of times. About a couple of weeks ago, you did a story on John Barnes III, a Congressional Medal of Honor winner.
Yes.
He is buried next to my brother in my hometown.
Oh, boy.
My brother was killed in Vietnam June 2nd, 1967. Mm-hmm. He was 19. I was 9.
Oh, my goodness.
But John Barnes III is buried next to my brother in my hometown.
Oh, well, that's an honor indeed.
I heard you did, you know how you do the segments, and I woke up out of a dead sleep, and I said, I know that guy. I know, and it's a pretty. What my brother did was 2 of his buddies were in a rice field, and he went after them.
Uh-huh.
And he got the Bronze Star of Valor, and seven of his friends went from the town. All went in the Marines. Out of the 7, 2 didn't return.
Oh.
But I was 9 years old, and I love what you do for the servicemen.
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor and privilege on my part to be able to do that.
It's just keep doing it. What you're doing, it's awesome. I woke up with chills when I heard the story about John Barnes.
Yeah, we've got an excellent Medal of Honor tribute coming up at 40 minutes after the hour this morning. I hope you'll stick around and listen to that.
That's what I do. Thank you for what you do.
You bet. Appreciate you calling and appreciate your kind comments.
God bless.
You bet.
Thank you.
There we go. Well, yeah, too bad. Lost his brother in Vietnam.
Yeah, that's a young age
mm-hmm.
to lose an older sibling like that.
Yeah, I'm sure he looked up to his 19-year-old Marine brother.
Yeah.
That was a nasty conflict, nasty war.
Well,
Vietnam.
And especially the way they were treated when they returned, but hopefully we're making that up to them now.
Yes,
I
indeed.
hope so.
Yes, indeed.
Because they deserve it.
Mm-hmm. And I might explain before I go to this break, if you're wondering, I did not go to Vietnam. I was called up, but because my father died in the service when I was 6 weeks old, I was classified as 1Y, which means they're not going to take me no matter what.
No, they would if in a national emergency.
Oh, national emergency?
Yes.
In other words, they'd have to be marching down Pennsylvania Avenue.
I don't know if it'd have to be that far, but yes, national emergency.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you went for a physical.
Oh, yeah, I went for a physical.
It was getting close there.
Yeah, and, well, anyway, there you are, 36 and a half minutes after the hour. Upon our return, it'll be my pleasure for us to handle the next description, the next tribute to the Medal of Honor. And we'll be back.
Honor, courage, and strength of character. These qualities are embodied by the recipients of the Medal of Honor. Now let's recognize this week's Medal of Honor recipient on O'Neill Outside.
Captain Stephen Bennett, Air Force, Vietnam, 1972. Captain Bennett was the pilot of a light aircraft flying along a heavily defended segment. A large concentration of enemy troops was massing for an attack. Captain Bennett was determined to aid the endangered unit and elected to strafe the enemy. After 4 such passes, the enemy force began to retreat. It worked. Captain Bennett continued the attack, but as he completed his 5th strafing pass, his aircraft was struck by a surface-to-air missile which severely damaged the left engine and the left main landing gear. As the fire spread in the left engine, Captain Bennett realized that recovery was impossible. He instructed his observer to prepare for an ejection, but was informed by the observer that his parachute had been shredded by the force of the impacting missile. Although Captain Bennett had a good parachute, he knew that if he ejected, the observer would have no chance of survival. With complete disregard for his own life, Captain Bennett elected to ditch the aircraft into the Gulf, even though he realized that the pilot of this aircraft had never survived a ditching. The ensuing impact made escape for Captain Bennett impossible. The observer successfully made his way out of the aircraft and was eventually rescued. He lived. Captain Bennett's unparalleled concern for his companion, the extraordinary heroism above and beyond the call of duty at the cost of his life, were in keeping with the highest traditions of the military service and reflected great credit upon himself and the U.S. Air Force. Captain Stephen Bennett died in 1972. Sorry.
I thought you said you were going to make it.
I thought I could. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I just can't make it through these things very well. 43 after the hour. Let's talk now. I'll get better. Let's talk now with Stephen. He's calling from Cartersville, Georgia. Good morning, Stephen.
Hey. Hey.
Yes.
I was going to ask you, where's a good place to look for hunting clubs in basically Bartow County, Gordon County, in that area?
Well, I don't know. I tell you what, the best thing, I'll give you 2 sources of information. Maybe 2 sources for you to look into. First of all, I would telephone the people at QDMA, the Quality Deer Management Association. They're in Bogart, Georgia, and they have 55,000 members, most of whom are deer hunters, and a lot of them are associated with available land and available clubs and things of that nature. So, Quality Deer Management. Secondly, I would get the latest issue of Georgia Outdoor News magazine, and there are a lot of lists in that magazine of available leases and places to hunt. Does that help you think?
Yeah, I get the GON. I've been getting it many, many years.
Oh, yeah, very successful.
And but I hate, that I lost my hunting club. I've been in it for 27 years.
Wow, that's a loss.
Yeah, I got a lot of money invested in those hunting clubs.
I'll bet you do after that amount of time.
Yeah, I hate it because, for money in stands, that are permanent stands. That I took my grandsons with me.
Oh, boy.
And now I've had to pull all them out. But, that's part of the way it goes. It was a Georgia Timber Company, and what they done was they put it in with WMA.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was, try to look at the bright side of it, Stephen, and that is you had a good long run.
Yeah.
27 years, you had a good long run.
It was a nice place. It was 2,700 acres. It had a 5-acre swamp pond.
Man,
You could duck hunt, plus deer hunt and everything else. And I sure hated losing it.
Oh, I'll bet so. Well, maybe we'll get a call and let me know. Call me back and let me know of your progress.
All right. Well, thank you a lot.
Yeah, mighty fine. Have a great weekend, pal. There you go. All right. 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. I'm sorry I can't get through that Medal of Honor thing. I always think I can. I just can't.
Yeah, I just asked you if you were going to be okay.
I read that piece about Captain Bennett 10 times. But somehow or another, when I'm telling a million people about it, I guess, I just can't make it. And permit me a moment, if you will. Those of you who haven't heard it, others ad nauseum, how that began. Because there was a popular singer, very popular, an outstanding entertainer, and she died from a drug overdose in her bathtub. But yet the state of New Jersey had the flags at half-staff for her funeral. And that made me mad. And I thought, well, there are heroes, and you don't know their names, but they put the flags at half-staff for a drug addict. And that made me mad. Anyway, let's talk to Alan. Alan is calling on O'Neill Outside. Good morning, Alan. What do you say?
Good morning, O'Neill. I just wanted to say God bless you, sir. I get choked up every time you read that Medal of Honor, too.
Yeah, you ought to try reading it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I imagine it's tough, and you do a great job. I enjoy your show.
Thank you.
I look up to you and Wyman Williams, too. You guys are just a blessing to the whole world.
Oh, well, that's a lot.
Well, yeah, that's a lot.
Thank you, though.
Well,
I won't resist the compliment, but I'll thank you for it.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to tell you, God bless you. I appreciate everything you do, and keep it up, my friend.
Good deal. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You have a blessed weekend.
Thank you for taking the time to call. I really do indeed appreciate that. Thank you
yes,
so
sir.
much.
Thank
and
you.
We will have a great weekend. Probably doing nothing. I'd like to go to that Brazelton Bash. I wonder if I could cut the grass early. Maybe we could go over to the Brazelton Bash. What do you think?
What about if you just don't cut the grass?
The grass needs cutting.
Well, it'll need cutting tomorrow, too.
Well, that's true. It won't need cutting tomorrow if I cut it today. Oh, okay. I'm just arguing.
Yes, you are.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Good grief.
Oh, God.
Go back to crying.
Huh?
Go back to crying.
Okay. No, I can only stand reading one of those once a day. Next week, I'm not.
You're not? Okay.
Next week, I'm going to read it 15 times.
Good idea.
But as I recall, I've already got that one picked out, and it's really sad.
They're all heart-rendering.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of them.
Yeah, well, let's see. The next week is, well, let's see. Where is he? Oh, my goodness, yeah. Next week is tough.
Someone says there's no shame or reason for apologizing for shedding tears for the fallen heroes. God bless you.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
I'd like to be able to get through it without being such a softy, but I just can't.
Yeah, it's your age. It's your age.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's it.
It's because I'm old?
Yeah,
Is it?
and that is something to cry about.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, it's wonderful to get the comments and congratulatory remarks for the fact that we do the Medal of Honor. And where's that Medal of Honor museum? I'm sure there's several.
Yes, one of the Facebook people said Yorktown.
Yorktown.
It's South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Medal of Honor.
And Brian and Karen have been.
Museum.
Mm-hmm. It's a museum, and they're working on it. He said they were making it bigger and better.
Oh.
He would like to know
Well,
how
there's a
that's coming
television
along.
show called the Medal of Honor also.
Mm-hmm.
On History Channel or something like that. It's a okay. It's a I think it's on the History Channel, and it's a full production reenactment.
Oh,
it's not just a description like
Right.
that I do. Okay, let's talk to Sabrina. Sabrina is calling from. Is it Monticello? Are you calling from?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Well,
I
good morning.
just wanted to tell you, please do not ever apologize for being choked up when you're reading those. You don't need to apologize. Everybody that hears it gets choked up.
Well,
you're very kind.
I hope so.
But don't apologize because it just shows how touchy, what a kind and sensitive person you are.
Well, thank you very much. It's
You're
a
welcome.
very, very kind comment, and I do appreciate that. But I
Yeah,
do
I
my
just wanted
best
to-
not to.
I called a few years ago, and I'm a police officer, and I called. Listen to your show helps me stay awake. But I called one time and asked you why fishermen wear camouflage.
And you're right. Camouflage is a lifestyle now.
Yeah, I know it is.
It sure is. Now, however, I'm going to turn this into a tip. Ready?
Okay.
It's stream trout fishing. Fishing in a stream for trout. You should wear camo and never wear anything white.
Okay.
Because
I will pass that along.
the trout see you, and it can spook them into non-biting. If you wear camo, they will not. Interesting, huh?
It is interesting. Well,
That's
I
right.
appreciate it. And y'all have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you very much for calling. You betcha.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, there we go. Have I got time for this? I'll get to him when I get back. This is O'Neill with O'Neill Outside, Saturday mornings on WSB across 38 states, and the sports broadcast, the SB Nation, from coast to coast, corner to corner, every Saturday morning. And this is our overall, our 28th year.
Yeah.
On the
Something
air.
close, anyway.
How about that? All started from a telephone call and a request for an appointment for a radio station in Atlanta. And I will tell you that the first time I called on the station, they said no.
Imagine that.
Well, it may not have been the subject. It may have just been me.
It could have been.
And they thought it was going to turn out like this. I'd have said no also. Oh, my goodness. All right, this is O'Neill with O'Neill Outside, and we'll be back. Okay, we're closing up the show this morning. It's been a delightful 2 hours. We hope you enjoyed it. Let's give him an opportunity to say hello. Richard is calling from West Virginia. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning. You don't have time for my question, but I just want to ask you this. There's a local host. He's 50 years old, and he was just asking a question to his listeners. What was your favorite show to watch on Saturday morning? And he said it was a fishing show with Babe Winkleman and Bill Dance. And I was wondering, Do you put yourself in their category?
Certainly not with Dance, no. Dance is the king. He's number one in fishing and outdoor shows. I think the next is Roland Martin, then Jimmy Houston. No, I do not put myself in that first category. First of all, those guys only fish. O'Neill fishes and hunts. And we've all been around too long, if you want to know the truth. But no, I do not. Of course, they don't have a radio program either. But that's okay. The way I look at it, Richard, is this. This is just a fishing show and a radio program. It's not important. If you get pains in your chest tonight, you're not calling me, or you smell smoke, or somebody breaks into your home, or you need emergency medical care or something of that nature, you're not going to call me. You're going to call a real hero. That's the way I look at it. What do you think? Did I lose Richard?
B.
Must have. All right. Well, there you go. 59 after and almost ready to go. I hope you guys enjoy. You with your family have a nice weekend. I know we are. If Gail will let me finish cutting the grass, it'll give me some satisfaction. And so there you go. For thanks to all, Karen, Brian, Corey, Justin? Justin. And everybody along the line there and on the SB Nation Network. This is O'Neill, and keep this in mind. If you're too busy to go fishing, and take a child along and give them some outdoor experiences, you're too busy. We'll see you guys next week.
I once asked a mighty hunter, coming home from the field, how he came to possess such mighty hunting and fishing skill. He said, I'll tell you a secret, son. I learned everything I know from listening to O'Neill Outside on my radio. O'Neill, O'Neill, O'Neill Outside.